If the Montreal Canadiens 25-26 roster plays out like it should, the Xhekaj brothers should be with the team all season. That means some protection for Noah Dobson, some protection for Lane Hudson, Matheson, Demidov. They're both rough customers. I saw as a line brawl against Ottawa recently. So we're going to give you a little bit of basics about the brothers Arber and Florian. Now, Arber Xhekaj, he remained undrafted by teams in the NHL, but is signed as an unrestricted free agent with Montreal in October 2021. 6'4", 240. The rear guard played minor hockey with Hamilton Huskies of Alliance Hockey. Xhekaj was known for having a comparatively slight frame, and as a result, was not selected in the OHL 2017 priority selection draft. He was only one of only two eligible players on his team who were not drafted, which he called pretty tough. Despite contemplating ending his hockey career, he was encouraged to continue by his parents. Now, during his time with the St. Catharines Falcons of the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League, he drew the interest of the Kitchener Rangers scouting staff. Although not drafted in his second year of major junior, he earned an invitation to Rangers training camp in 2018. He made the roster and played 2 seasons in the OHL before COVID hit before the 21 season. Now, following non-selection in both the 2020 and 2021 NHL drafts, he received a training camp invitation from the Habs for the 2022 season. His performance impressed team management, and he signed a 3-year deal with the Canadiens on October 4, 2021 as an undrafted free agent. Now, he remained with the Rangers for the start of the 22 season, acquiring a reputation as a dangerous defenseman who was described by the Hockey News as having effectively blended the old school enforcer with the modern day defensive blue liner. He was suspended twice in the fall, once for a slew foot and once for a gesture made after a fight. Among his teammates, he was known as the Sheriff, and his brothers getting known as the Deputy. Now, he made the Memorial Cup All-Star team in the 2022 OHL playoffs. Now, turning pro, he got affiliated with Laval Rocket for a short while before making the majors. Now, he's also, a nickname is called Wi-Fi, due to his underlying spelling being perceived as similar to a default password program in an internet router. Now, Xhekaj's father Jack is Albanian from Drenac, Kosovo, and his mother Simona is from Radek Karlov, Czech Republic. Both left their native countries in the 1990s amongst political conflict and first met at a hotel in Hamilton. He has his younger brother Florian, who we'll talk about in a second, plays for Laval Rocket, and was selected 101st overall by the Habs in the 2023 NHL entry draft, and he's probably going to make the team this year. Now, during his break in the COVID season, he also worked at a Costco in the Hamilton area. So, the last few seasons with Montreal, he had 5 goals and 8 assists for 13 points in 51 games in 23, 24, 10 points in 44 games, between 3 counters. And last season, which split between Laval and Montreal, he had 6 points in 70 regular season games and 11 points in 17 contests for Laval. Now, he is a fighter, and his statistics don't really show it yet. 118 minutes and penalties, but when he fights, people find out very quickly. Now, Florian, who is basically, this is hard to believe, is the same height as his brother, but 195 pounds. This is probably a steal. Now, he came to major prominence with the Pelham Panthers of the GOJHL in 2022 with 40 points in 48 games, including 17 counters. With the Hamilton Bulldogs in 23 of the OHL, 25 points in 68 games, 6 games in the postseason, 3 points. And with the Brantford Bulldogs of the OHL in 24, 34 goals and 31 assists for 65 points. Now, his first pro games with Laval in 24 with 3 contests. Last year in Laval, 24 goals, 11 assists for 35 points and 175 minutes and penalties. And again, good with the fists. So with Florian Arber, I think Montreal Canadiens are well put together. Now, if you can stay as a 4th line player, that would be obviously great. But talking about Arber as well, which is kind of weird. As a restricted free agent, following the 2024 season, he was tendered a qualifying offer by the Habs on June 30, 2024. A month later, he signed a 2-year deal. Entering play for the 25 season, he was involved in an incident with Toronto Maple Leafs forward Xhekaj during a preseason game on September 29th of that year, where he was assessed a fine for unsportsmanlike conduct by the NHL Department of Player Safety. Shortly thereafter, he skated his 100th career NHL game on October 17th. His performances earned praise for much of the season. However, after errors during the team's closing push to make the 2025 playoffs, he was subsequently scratched for the team's final 5 games. He remained on the lineup for the start of the Canadiens' first-round playoff series against the Capitals, but eventually made his NHL playoff debut in a victory in Game 3 on April 25th, 2025. So he's got a lot to learn yet. But again, good on defense. But it's going to be interesting to see where both players fit, because I think it's Florian is going to need a little bit more develop. But I think Arber is there to help his brother for sure. Now, it's kind of weird, ladies and gentlemen, that how Arber was not drafted. Florian was not drafted. I still don't understand. Sorry, I got to mix up. Arber was not drafted. Now, the idea, ladies and gentlemen, Montreal's roster is going to need him this year, because my cousin Alexander Courrier, some of the other defensemen, there's some smaller players. Laine is still there as well, so it's going to be interesting to see, and of course Oliver Kapanen. Now, as it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, Owen Beck has got a chance to make the team this year. That's going to be battling Florian for the forward line, as we say. But these defensemen, ladies and gentlemen, are in place right now. Courrier, Dobson, Caden Gooley, Lane Hudson, Mike Matheson. So Xhekaj, 6 or 7 defensemen. And the idea on the road, they're going to be watched by the fans. They're going to be watched by the media. Like I said, it's going to be interesting how it goes, because we've had a lot of interesting brother combinations in Montreal Canadiens history, but nobody could fight like the Xhekaj brothers. So I don't know exactly what the future holds. It could be just basically there. They might be just there to fight, or like heavy contributors, but it's going to be interesting, because Montreal's always been a small team and have the Xhekaj brothers to protect those smaller players. And I think by trading for Noah Dobson, especially Arber and Florian will be there to protect players like him. And Demidov needs to be protected as well, not to be pushed around. Because if Demidov gets injured, that could be the cup in the next couple of years. Like, they got to keep him healthy. So that's the latest on the Montreal Canadiens. The sheriffs in town. If you like what we're doing on the Xhekaj brothers, we're covering them all season. Let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share.